Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the House of Grim podcast. I am Grim Grimes. My co-host is
Tampa, baby.
And we have our third member, Slender Man.
Yo, what's good? What's good? I'm back again. I know everybody missed me, but here I am.
From the West Coast.
Today we are interviewing KAOS Wrestling Organizations TJK.
Yeah.
KAOS, baby. KAOS.
Tell everybody what TJK stands for, man.
TJK stands for Tayon Joseph Kennedy.
Yeah, Joseph Kennedy.
Side name, the young dirty bastard himself.
The young dirty bastard himself.
In the flesh.
So, when we were there at the last show you guys had, what town was that? Lakeport? Lakeport, Michigan.
Lakeport, yep.
When we were out there at Lakeport, you said you've been at this for about a year?
Yep, I've been in this officially a year. That last show was actually my 1 year anniversary. I debuted January 26th of last year.
Oh, hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
Hell yeah, that's great. You know, it was a hell of a show. I saw on the video.
Yeah, he checked out our video from our trip, so ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done it, check out our video from our trip to KAOS Wrestling. So your next show is tomorrow, February the 15th.
In Port Huron, right?
Port Huron, Michigan.
Port Huron, yep.
And you're going to be going up against somebody. You've been in the ring with him before. We've had him on the podcast. His episode drops this next week. But he said that you guys never had a one-on-one before, and this is going to be the first time you guys square off one-on-one.
Yep. We had a triple threat match last summer. We had it was me versus El Noctambulo and Darling Roger, and the most fitting thing about that match is that was the only time you ever saw a water slide be used as a weapon. And Roger was the victim in the water slide. That's how that went down.
So, what can you give us a little sneak peek of what Darlin Rogers is going to be looking at tomorrow? Like, what do you have in store for him?
Well, he dropped a promo talking about how for everything I do, he wants to have a wrestling match, which is fine. I've already had street fights. I can turn a regular match into a hardcore match with just bending the rules a little bit. Again, I didn't get the moniker Young Dirty Bastard for no reason. So I said, I will just make this as I'll play to his game. We'll have a wrestling match. I'll try to have a wrestling match. And I'll beat him at his own game. That's how I'll do it. And that's how I've done it for the last year. So I'll play his game, and I'll just keep it as simple as possible because there's no water slides to throw him into this time, so he's lucky. Doesn't mean I'm not going to bring in a snowball and throw it at him, though.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe bring two.
It's water, so it's not a weapon.
Right.
Just saying.
You just try to keep him hydrated.
Look,
Yeah,
man.
It's just solid water. That's it. It's a little water.
The dive bar superstar, man, he's a very nice guy, so he's gonna have to find a way to get very mad, very angry, very quickly to beat you. And and I think it could be done. I think he could get mad, but he is a very nice guy, so I guess we'll have to see if he gets that mad to beat you. Other than that, if he don't get mad, I don't see him beating you, bro. Just being honest.
I'm going to push him because I usually, in every match I've ever had, I want the best out of, a veteran or someone that has been around for a while, maybe even someone's new. Like, you can't come up against me and not bring your very best because I'm going to give you my very best. So if you're basically not going to come in with nothing at all, like Evan Encore did, and then we lost, then guess what? You're just gonna get punched in the face.
Yeah, like I like his style of wrestling, man. Like the way he performs in the ring. I saw a bunch of videos of him, and I've been we had him on recently. We're gonna drop that video quite soon. But the way he performs in the ring, man, I gave him mad props. I told him like, I could see him performing on a bigger stage somewhere.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you're in there with a top tier talent. You know what I mean? And that just shows
Oh, yeah.
that you're on the right track, man, for yourself. You know what I mean? You're also a top tier talent. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
KAOS Wrestling Organization has a future champion in you, bro, for sure. You know what I mean? You're gonna hone your craft, and you're on your way, man. Like what we like to say, man, is you're on a rocket and you're headed to the moon. You know what I mean?
The moon.
And to the moon. Yeah, you're gonna get some gold, bro. You just gotta keep on the grind. You know what I mean? It's gonna be rough. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some bad days, some stormy weather, man. But you just gotta keep pushing through. You know what I mean? You already made it through this far. Keep grinding.
Let me ask you, with tomorrow being a big show, how do you mentally prepare yourself for like a big match?
The best way to really do it is, for me, for the most part, I play my favorite music. I play my favorite music and I go on these drives. And it's really just getting in that flow. Because some of the music I listen to, it's a lot of songs that I had back before I wanted to get into the business. So it takes me back to the past of where I wanted to be at, which is the here and now.
Right.
And then it reminds me, you made it this far. So come in with that same mentality, that want to fight, that want to grind, that want to be the very best. Go in with that mindset that you had when you were a kid, and then you will come out a champion no matter what.
Well, I tell you what, man.
What is one of those songs on that playlist, man?
Well, it's the main song. So Mama said knock you out metal version.
Mama said knock you out metal version. Let's go. I love it. So,
it's my kid's favorite song. I got it stuck in their head. It's sometimes the only way to get my newborn son to sleep. Sometimes it's that song.
Look, bro,
song exactly.
I do want to shine a little light on the company you wrestle for, KAOS Wrestling Organization. When me and Grim first arrived to your guys' last show, we walked in, saw the ring, the ropes were nice, shiny. You guys had the aprons, the banners, everything matched. It was great. The lights, man, it was great, bro. I couldn't believe it. Like for an indie show, man, it was fucking top notch, bro. Pardon my language, man. But like you got out of me for sure.
We were impressed with your guys' branding there. You know, cause we had to go take a picture in front of where you guys were coming out, man. That was awesome, man. The entryway, oh man. So
yeah, you guys are another company, man, that's doing a damn thing for sure. You know what I'm saying? There's some badass companies out there in Michigan, man, that's thriving in the independent scene. You know what I mean? There's some superstars out there. You know what I'm saying? You're one of them. You know what I mean?
Man, thank you.
So we need to check you guys out. You know what I'm saying? You guys are on a rise, bro, for sure.
So at the show that we went to, you know, before you guys this match, you and Evan Encore standing in the ring, and some lady just shouts out, you know, obnoxiously, "You guys both suck," because you guys were kind of arguing back and forth in the ring. And now, when that happened, I was like, "Oh man, they're gonna be behind the 8 ball on this one." You know what I'm saying? But man, the work you did on the ring side, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to amp up the crowd and, you know, working really hard for that hot tag, you know what I'm saying? When you finally got in the ring, you were doing it, you know what I'm saying? And when you, like, by the end of the match, whole crowd chanting TJK, TJK.
How did that make you feel in that moment when they were all chanting?
Man, in that moment, that was like, again, it's one of those things that I've been working for years, like one of those things that I never thought would happen. And, you know, that feeling of having the crowd backing you like that, it's like on a whole nother level. Like that hot tag, like realistically, like that is probably the fastest I think I've ever moved in my life.
Oh
Like
man,
at all.
I tell you,
It gives you a whole new energy. It's crazy.
I cut that part of our video into a short, added a little DMX to it. Over 500 views, my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
People were loving it. So, but I was gonna ask, like, how do you handle the pressure and expectations from like the crowd when they're like hostile like that? You know what I'm saying? To start out, is it something you like get to you or nah?
No, because at the end of the day, kind of like how you said, where it started off like that, and then by the end they're chanting your name. It's more of a, I'm gonna force them to acknowledge me.
Right.
Like, no, pissing off Roman Reigns on that one. But, it's like a thing where it's like, if you don't know me, you're about to find out type of thing.
Right.
It's one of those things that I've always done growing up. Like, you don't know me, you can't judge me, but you're going to figure out who I am regardless. And you may end up being my best friend, or you may be my worst enemy. But then at the end of the day, you're going to respect me. You're going to respect the name that comes with the person.
Grim here, man. He was high on you, bro. After he saw your match, bro, he made.
There's a clip in our video where I told him like that cat is going places.
And after that show, he talk to him, find him, look him up. Let's message him. We got to get him on the show, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, Grim here, man. He definitely wanted you on the show, bro, for sure. And I know why. You got some talent, man. So thanks for coming.
I appreciate it. First thing I did, because right after that I was like at the busiest. You know, we had just moved, and you know we were still getting things together. So I was like, as soon as I got my schedule and everything figured out, let me hit these guys up real quick and let's get to work. Let's move.
Hell yeah, we appreciate it.
You're actually the first talent, man, that we actually got to interview from KAOS Wrestling Organization, man. So we appreciate the company letting you come on. We just want to be respectful to everybody, man, and do our part to get back to the business that we love so much, professional wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, I'll probably never, headline WrestleMania or nothing like that, but, I can do a podcast with my brother and, my homeboy from LA and, get some shit cracking that way and shine some light on some good talent around here in Michigan and, do our part and help you guys on that rocket that you guys are on. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, you'll never know who will make it to WrestleMania one day, because you can at least sit here and say, hey, at one point we talked to this guy. We talked to this girl. We did this. Like that's
let me go.
We had their first interview. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Forget you, Chris Van Fleet. We were there first.
We called this way back then.
And then you might reach out to us and be like, hey, House of Grand podcast. Remember when you interviewed me and gave me a chance? I'm here on the grandest stage of them all. Come get on my bus. You know what I mean?
Hey, the day I get there, you guys are getting tickets. I'm just throwing that out there.
Awesome.
I appreciate that.
You guys are getting tickets no matter what. I mean that.
What about the dude from LA? If I come through, what then?
Hey, I got you, bro. Don't even worry about it. Don't even stress about it.
That's probably where they're gonna have it.
Slenderman, I sent Slenderman, not only he's seen our video, but I sent him a couple clips from KAOS Wrestling's YouTube page of you, a couple different matches. He wanted to ask you about your wrestling style.
Oh man,
yes, absolutely. Yeah, I was asking because I'm watching it and I can see you kind of want to be like the technical guy, but is that what you really want to go for, or are you gonna change it up with mix it up with high flying? Maybe some type of powerhouse moves or something, or what would you call your style?
That's actually a really good question. So when I first was starting to train, I first went to train when I was about 17. This was back in 2018-ish time, and I went and trained at House of Truth.
Nice.
Truth Martini told me that I should be a high flyer, and I was like, I don't know if I can do that because I don't like heights. So I said, I might not do that. So the style that I was more or less interested in was more of a Bryan Danielson, Bret Hart, Owen Hart style, where I
Fair
can
enough.
actually mix different things together.
Yeah.
And then as I went through training last year, I was like, you know what? High flying's cool. It is cool, but I don't want that to be my persona, especially because I mainly wanted to be more of a Cactus Jack, John Moxley type of person. I
Gotcha.
want to mix elements
Okay.
of hardcore deathmatch wrestling in with what I do as well. But I also take characteristics from AJ Styles, who can also blend together with high flying technical, move
Yeah.
sets. So what I'm working on as of right now is more of a combination of all of those, and it's just blending them together. So every time I show up at a show now, there's going to be a new move. There's going to be something different. There might be a mental game that I might play that some people will pick up on, some might not. There's always going to be something new with TJK every time you show up to a show. You just got to show up and see.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That
So,
is a very good way to put it. I love that.
so I got a question for you now. How did you get involved with the other company that you're wrestling for, Chaos? How did you get involved with KAOS Wrestling Organization?
So a year ago, I think officially a year ago, I think it was back in February or March. I can't really remember now, but I was someone had put out, or actually one of the wrestlers actually put out that if you guys want a spot, come to this show. And it's actually ironic that I just brought it up. Chaos ran a show at the House of Truth, actually. And
Oh.
so I was like, man, I haven't been there since about years. So it'd be nice to go back to my old school, see how it is, see the show that I've never been to before, never heard of before. I
Right.
want to go see it. And I go there, and they didn't know who was going to go up against Schwartzy. And so Schwartzy looks around at everybody and goes, hey, which one of you guys can do some chain wrestling? And me, this is my second match in my history so far. And I go, I can chain wrestle. I can definitely do it because I'm trying to do technical prowess anyway. So let's do it. And he's like, I like this kid's confidence. We're going to do this. So he believed in me right off the rip, and he asked me how many matches you've had. This is my second match. It's like, your second match, and you believe in your chain wrestling like that? Absolutely. So we work this match. It's actually on their YouTube page. And the match with TJK and Schwartzy, it is Schwartzy's probably favorite match
Awesome.
because
Okay.
he loved that I was confident in my ability for the short time that I was here. And then we went and we put on this fantastic match.
You got this big aura about you, bro.
Yeah.
Like I could tell you're gonna be a star, dude. Like just dude, you're gonna be there, bro. I could tell. Like you got that. I can just tell, bro. You got that atmosphere about you, man. You know what I'm saying?
If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
you
right.
got the right
That's
mindset going into it.
Right.
So.
That's right.
Oh yeah, no, I believe that's the goal. Like I believe that I'm like, if there were so many factors that stopped me from doing this, I'm still here. I still got here, and the first thing, like the first interview I ever did, I wasn't even out of training yet,
Right.
and the lady asked like, where are you going? I said I'm trying to be the best. Like right now, my goal is to be the best in Michigan, than to be the best in the US and try to be the best in the world. Like there's pillars to this that I'm getting to. It's gonna take time, it's gonna take some patience, but I was patient for 10 years trying to get in this business, and here I am. I had to be good at it. So now let's get better. That's the goal.
Right.
That's fucking great.
Now you mentioned Cactus Jack and John Moxley. So would you say those are like some of your wrestling idols?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the way that the because I grew up, with the VHS tapes. So, first things my dad had was VHS tapes of WCW, ECW, stuff that he was like, hey, this is what we had, before you were born. So, you want to watch them with me. And a lot of them was Cactus Jack, the him and Terry Funk fighting over the branding iron. And then as I got older, I was into backyard wrestling, and
Right.
backyard wrestling took me to CCW, where I started seeing John Moxley matches, and I'm like, huh, that's Dean Ambrose. What the hell? So,
Right.
I didn't know that yet. And then seeing him, the way that he moves, the way that he talks, like it's different from Dean Ambrose. And then when he came to AEW, it was like same guy.
Yeah.
Same guy, just a little bit bigger, doesn't have the hair. He's not doing the things that he used to do. And if he is, it's more violent. And that's that aura that I always want to ever wanted to produce, especially once I get into the scene itself. I was like, that right there is what I want. I want that excitement every time I walk into that room. If that right music plays, it's just that place has got to go crazy. So yeah, like they're my idols for sure.
Yeah, see, Mick is. We interviewed Dylan Knight, and he asked us what was the match that cemented you as a wrestling fan for life.
Yeah,
and for me, it was Undertaker versus Mankind, Hell in a Cell. You know what I'm saying? Because the things
iconic match.
Dude, the things that Mick did in that match, to make it get over, watching it then, I didn't know what all went into it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm
I couldn't believe my eyes,
bro. I mean, I was hooked, and that match made me a fan for life. You know what I'm saying? And then to decades later to watch Mick talk about it and the different things that happened during the match, I'm like, man, I can't believe this dude put so much on the line just to get one match over. You can see how much he loves it. You know what I'm saying? So, Mick is up there on my list of wrestlers.
Dude, hell yeah, he has to be, dude. My whole favorite part of that whole match was when after he falls down from the fucking cage, they bring out a whole stretcher for this man. They carry him out halfway up the runway. He's like, nah, fuck that. He gets up. He comes back in. He comes back in.
I'm finishing in the match. There's nothing. If it kills me, it kills me. I will die in the
Absolutely,
yeah. Let's see. Yeah, for you.
Yeah, that's the kind of attitude I feel that you got. You know what I mean? No matter if I get hurt, I'm finishing this match. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That's the aura I get off you, the vibe I see. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. My debut. My debut match, I came in injured.
Okay. And also, you guys have your own little show, ain't that right? KAOS Wrestling is on where can they find your guys' show at?
We're actually, we're on IWTV.
Okay.
Yeah, everything is on there. You just drop right on there. Aside from the YouTube channel, we're currently trying to convince Rob, the promoter, to probably start a Patreon too, just so we have everything on there.
Right, everything covered. Yeah, you guys should, man. That would be a good idea. You know what I mean?
Literally just talking to him about it.
Yeah. You're working at a pretty good company, man. You know what I mean? That was our first time coming out. Like Grim said, man, we came out to follow the Midwest Misfits from Pure Pro Wrestling. We had to follow them guys out there, and we ended up coming across the likes of you, coming across the likes of Bailey, the heavyweight champion of your company.
Him and
Mongo, man.
Mongo, dude, that match was
epic, bro. That was a good match. A lot of people that I showed footage of that, your match, that match, they're like, man, that's lit, bro. They were asking me, where can I find these guys at? So I was putting them up on game, this way, that way. You know what I mean? I could see you in TNA or All Elite Wrestling, bro, mixing it up with some of them guys over that way, for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the goal is definitely to like one of them is definitely getting to TNA. Like one of my favorite matches out of TNA was always the Ultimate X match.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that's where I originally like discovered like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, Christopher
dude.
Daniels, Jay Lethal, all them, man. Like
I
that was
remember
one
I
of the
remember flipping through the TV and randomly finding TNA, and the only thing that kept me on the channel was AJ Styles. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this guy. And I kept following it because of him. And when he left there, I was like, man, I didn't know he had went to Ring of Honor. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I would have followed him that way too.
Yeah, Ring of Honor, New Japan. That's how I discovered New Japan and how he started working there. And that's kind of when I was like, okay, like that checks out. Like I can actually do the things he does now.
Right.
Doing a spiral tap is kind of like I gotta work on my cardio a little bit before I hit a spiral tap. But screw it.
Right?
Well, you got trained and learned this game, man, by a good school. We hear a lot from the House of Truth, man. A lot of talent. Speaks highly of them. That school. So, you definitely got some good knowledge under your belt, man. You know what I'm saying? When me and Grim came out and seen you perform, epic, bro. So definitely looking forward to this match tomorrow.
yeah.
We're gonna be there, cheering you on, cheering Donald Rogers on, the Dive Bar superstar. That's my homeboy. I wish him the best of luck in this match. um, but yeah, man, I'm dying to see this match for sure, bro. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be something. We're gonna put something together.
I'm gonna have to try and talk to you after the match. Hopefully, you got time so I can ask you a couple questions or something.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that worked. I'm gonna be there all night, so we're gonna kill some time anyway, especially if it snows some more. Shit.
Right.
Well, also speaking of it snows, man. I'll shoot you my phone number, bro, after we get off here, just in case if it snows.
Oh,
I know you said you're driving like an hour and some change away or whatnot. If you or anybody, what I mean, need to help get to the show or whatever, see me and Grim are more than welcome to try and help contribute and play our part, help make sure KAOS show goes on. So, what I mean, we're down to help. Hopefully, we don't get a bunch of snow like that. Hopefully, but hey, it's Michigan. It might happen. But
Yeah, I was already out in half of that throughout the week, so
right.
I was like, I don't want to deal with that freaking more, dude.
Let me ask you this: we had Dylan Knight on, and I asked him like, how important is social media for like wrestler now to get over? Because you see like the likes of Drew McIntyre, like he really uses it to his advantage. Like I got more invested in his feud with the stuff he was doing on X than like the whole little angle with the little bracelet and stuff between him and CM Punk. It was like the stuff he was doing on X was way more diabolical. It's like, oh dude, this is getting me into it more than like what they're doing on television. How do you utilize social media to your advantage?
So really, I do similar things like Drew McIntyre does. Another wrestling company I work for is called For Us Wrestling.
For Us Wrestling, they're down in Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They're in Wyandotte right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're at a Grizzlies Bar and Grill.
Yep.
We had because the group I actually represent, they weren't at the last KAOS show. They're actually not going to be back for a little while. I'm a part of a group called the Golden Empire, and we came over to For Us, and I got to wrestle one of my buddies, someone I consider like a brother, for the trios tag team titles, and the entire time, this is what solidified me as the young dirty bastard, because we were trained by the same guy in Sean Tyler. And he runs his school, New Edge Pro Wrestling. That's actually where I graduated from. And, we call him our dad. We got the same wrestling dad, the same wrestling mom. But in our group, in the Golden Empire, we want gold and we'll get it however we need to. So, for the entire month leading up to this, I trash talked his friends. I brought up key facts on why I'm better than him. And I even went as far as to come into that match wearing our dad's shirt with our mom's. She's got like this thing that I come out with, and it's the bandana. I wore it around my neck, and I looked into the camera, and I literally said, "The entire family is going to break you tonight." And what ended up happening in my second match at For Us Wrestling, I beat my brother with my trainer's tag partner, and I won gold in my second match there.
Oh, nice.
That.
I've seen some advertisements for Us Wrestling. I know they were doing like a memorial show for a referee.
Yeah, that is Greg. He was actually one of the guys that like really pushed me to go back and get trained. He was like a really like big key part, not only into me staying in the business, but also like he was just such a good dude. Like he basically was like my kid's like grandfather. Gotcha. And he parented a lot of us. Like everybody on that roster, he was like the dad for. Gotcha. So us having a actual like memorial show for him is just amazing. I planned on getting some type of gear made in his honor for everything that he did for not just everybody in the business, but for just me and my family as well.
When is the show?
Dude, man.
What was that?
When is the show?
The show is actually next Saturday.
Next Saturday,
it's okay. The 22nd.
22nd. In Wyandotte? At Grizzlies.
Yep. Grizzlies Bar and Grill, Wyandotte, Michigan. I actually used to live like 10 minutes away. Now I live an hour away.
Dude, you're a respectable wrestler, bro. You know what I mean? I commend you for that. Getting some gear to represent him, man, in his honor. That's awesome. You know, you got a good head on your shoulders, bro. You seem very mature and respectable, man. You know what I mean? So I see a bigger company, you know, would love to have you just on, that, and the fact that you're wrestling fundamentals, man. You're a talented athlete. You know what I mean? I'm dying to see you do some high flying shit, bro. I would love to see that. So I'm dying to see you perform.
I'm working on it, and then give me a ceiling where I can actually be a little higher, and I can do some stuff.
Right.
That ceiling was a little close, brother.
That's the first thing I said to Grim when we got there. I was like, "Oh man, look at that ceiling." It's like, man,
there's like a little fan that was like kind of hanging down too. Like I remember correctly.
But I mean, even though the ceiling was low, you know what I mean, it was still a phenomenal show, bro. You know what I'm saying? For an independent show, it was great, man. It was lit. You guys had cameras, you guys had music. You know what I'm saying? The ring was great. You know what I'm saying? In great shape. You know what I'm saying? I went and shook the ropes like I was Ultimate Warrior. But
he saw a little kid get in the ring. He's like, they'll probably kick me out of it.
The kid was like, "Come on, man!" The little kid was trash talking me when he was in the ring. He's like, "Come on, man!" I looked at Graham. I was like, "I'm gonna go in there and beat up this little kid, man." He's like, "Dude, don't do it." I'm like, "But he's talking shit."
I would have given the Canadian Buster off rip, no cap.
Hey, as a man with 3 kids, if one of them starts talking, man, you get in the hands, all right?
Get in the hands.
I'm sorry.
It was a great show, man. Like we actually saw some blood get spilled. You got to see some color. That was great.
He got so excited. He's like, "Oh, we got color."
We didn't show so much of it in our little vlog video that we kind of did.
Yeah, tried to,
because we didn't want to upset anybody or gross anybody out. You know, some people can be fucking.
I put a little blood warning in.
Yeah. But man, I'm all for that stuff. You know what I mean? Like that was great. Like that story. You know what I mean? Like you guys were all telling great stories. You know what I'm saying? So we went there on like our journalistic, feel. Like we went there to check you guys out while we were there, see who you guys were, also see other people while we were there. You know what I mean? Kind of kill two birds in one stone,
Oh yeah.
and just see where we can branch out and see if we couldn't maybe like grow with you guys and help whoever out we could. You know what I'm saying on our journey in the podcast game. Um, and it was great, man. When we came there, the reason why we did, we got to meet you, and fell in love with your guys' product and your guys' company. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully, we can keep interviewing you guys and keep following you. You're more than welcome to come on whenever you want. If there's anytime you ever need to promote anything or trash talk anybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're more than welcome to come on here, bro, and do whatever you need to do, man. Make some business happen for yourself. As long as it's respectful with your company and who you're working for. You know what I mean? Like I always say, like everything always. Go ahead, Graham, go ahead.
If you ever want to come on and have your rival that you're going to be facing off against come on.
Oh, yeah, great.
A little trash talking on the back. Come on, you know what I'm saying? We're down for it.
Right.
Man, they just better hope I wasn't drinking that night because I'm gonna get mad. Give me some Jack Daniels, that apple stuff, man, and it's over.
So, before we end here, I want to ask you, what are your goals for this year in wrestling?
Well, I got two of them, actually. I got two of them.
Right.
One of them is to be a double champion.
Double champion.
Definitely got to get the singles belt because I haven't got a singles belt yet. So that's up there. So we're gonna try to get some gold for our group and make some changes happen in the business. That's how we're gonna do it. But the second, I desperately ask, and I said this on another podcast the other day, I desperately ask for a death match. That is all I want. I just want to bleed buckets, make somebody else bleed buckets, and hopefully I don't get put through thumbtacks this time, but if I do, it's fine. But I just want to get violent.
Could this be a challenge for somebody in CZW? Could this be a challenge?
Whoa! Is this a challenge that he's giving out right now?
CZW. I hope you're listening.
Anybody.
God, anybody.
Let me ask you this question. So if you end up in a death match, can you come on beforehand? And if we show up to that show and Dan Bob hands you a shoe, will you use it?
Absolutely.
Yes! I tried to get him to give Bailey his shoe last time, and he's like, man, I'm wearing Jordans. He wouldn't do it.
I'll send you a pair of my shoes that I don't use. Don't worry. I'm a size 16. It's a big shoe.
You guys could give me a Capri Sun, and I will still use that as a weapon. Come on now.
Yeah. Dude, I'm down for it.
Grim, we need to do a short with this guy on it, right? And have it say like the future TNA X Division champion or something like that. You know what I mean?
That's got a good ring to it. I like that.
This guy's going places, bro. I see him on a rocket for sure. Hey man, we're gonna be there tomorrow, bro. We're gonna be cheering you on for sure. Even though Darren Rogers, the dive bar superstar, is my guy. You know what I mean? I wish you the best. I'm sure you're gonna
I'll be
victoriously.
TJK out there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got you. I got your back.
TJK riot. That's what he's gonna do.
I'm gonna get the chance going for you tomorrow.
I was about to say, did you guys get my buttons the last time?
No.
It's all good. You're gonna get them tomorrow. You're gonna be a part of the TJK section now.
Awesome, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So,
well, we won't tell Roger that one.
Yeah, he gave us some stickers last time.
Yeah, I held it up at the beginning of this. Here's one of them.
I think I got one too. It's actually sitting on my couch right now. That's funny. Yeah, I still like them a little bit.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's just business. You know what I'm saying?
It's just business. I got it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. If you're in the Michigan area and you hear about a KAOS Wrestling show, go check them out and chant for TJK. TJK.
Yeah.
And as always, you'll be entertained. Yeah.